What's up, gamers? I just finished eating like 3 coconuts. Holy frick. Okay, so what's up, gamers? Welcome back to some Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. So it's time for the trial. It's time for the trial. 3? Oh. Whoa, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you? Huh? What, are you jealous?
Hey!
Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Any second. Watch me just hit this water. You can show up at any time. Bro, Monokuma always just does weird freaking crap before every trial. Like, using the emoticons and then, like, going super speed. It's just like, what the freak, Monokuma? But he never came. We stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. And 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why isn't Monokuma showed up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again. What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or... or what?
What?
Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You've got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
In other words...
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we agree, it's a violation. I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we'll spin around to look. I'm here, no rules broken. Yeah, well, you took freaking forever. Kyoko? Okay, wait. Where was she? Kyoko, you're still alive? No, that's a ghost. Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
Is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? Bro, I don't think that makes sense. Oh my gosh. You're so selfish, so spoiled. I spilled water all over myself. Bro, literally, every time I talk, I can taste coconut. Maybe I should have just devoured coconuts. You're right. There's no penalty, officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later.
Shing!
No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you. When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko, you're so annoying. So you really didn't die.
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Of course you didn't die, what? Like, you're invincible and so much better? I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right. Now we've got to deal with a ghost. I told you, stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. Master, wait for me. Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
But...
I'll be happy when this trial is all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator, but I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Checks the security camera. No matter when, no matter where, surveillance cameras are following every move. Alright, what, Kyoko? Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you, where have you been this whole time? I can't tell you, because I have to keep secret. Makoto, keep secret? Oh my gosh, Makoto, why did you do that? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you?
Correct.
So, I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms.
That's
floor?
right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Oh, the second floor of the dorms. How the frick? Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then when did you find out? Just now. I finished my search and came back down just in time to hear the class trial announcement. Literally... Whatever. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't do a trial completely uninformed, can I? Uninformed. So that's why you're late.
However...
I'm sorry I kept you waiting. But if you're on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in school. What? A truth bullet.
Just a second!
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over the details after we get through the trial, okay? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving the current situation. This is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her. That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for
Goodbye.
her? Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko, ow, freck, made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Alright. On to the elevator I go. Being the last one on the left, I stepped into the elevator. And the door slid shut. Well, I mean, I would make a comment about how few people there are, but this is the same amount of people from the last time. So there still is like no one. This time the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eye. But it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was despair. It was the blinding light of despair.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Why is it this color? Why is it these colors? Like, what the frick? I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs is past.
Chills! Kills!
Let's get on with the show. And so the curtain opened for the 5th time. Deadly class trial. Oops. Not what I meant to do. Set skills. Alright. Here we go.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Yeah, that's the only
But
one.
Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost.
Okay.
But she has legs and stuff.
Oh yeah, true.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Do I actually have to freaking do this?
Her traits?
One important trait.
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves.
I have to
They'll
freaking
give us some
prove
insight
that
into
it's
the
not a
mystery.
ghost.
I'm sure of
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
I think I accidentally skipped a line. No.
And would you happen to know the answer?
No.
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, he actually did know the answer.
Oh,
Dang. she tried to be all like freaking smug. And would you happen to know? Would you? No, you wouldn't. You haven't seen my hands. In fact, I do. Get ready. Just destroyed. She had
about
no freaking rebuttal.
the
She was just
corpse wasn't wearing
destroyed.
any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. But if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I don't have any choice but to... Do I really have to freaking do this?
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
I agree with Byakuya.
That Kyoko.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt.
Burnt up in the
Then she was wearing...
Well,
Yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
No. You
No,
can't wear
it's
gloves
wrong.
when you have freaking fake nails on.
No. There's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain.
I mean, it's not definitive proof, but... You know...
Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man,
Yeah.
you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like
Yeah, they're
that.
complicated, bro. They put the gloves over the fake nails.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
I mean... Yeah.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
Except, Makoto has that freaking personality where, every woman to Makoto is like, they're just, you know, they're like, they call him bro. That's how tragic Makoto lives. That's a tragic
these gloves were
life.
custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life.
I don't know, that's kind of unnecessary.
If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Yeah. Kyoko's all like, yeah, guys, I've had these tailor-made, so I'm not a ghost. Byakuya just like, well, yeah, of course you're not a freaking ghost.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Alright. Tattoo on right hand? Probably.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
I think so.
There's gotta be some way to figure it out.
I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition.
Oh, frick. I think that's right, though. Frick!
Shoot! If Kyoko really... Then who died?
There's gotta be...
I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file.
Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do.
Do, right? If Kyoko really... Then who died?
There's gotta be... I don't think so. And there wasn't any Well, if we can't identify the body...
Yes, we can. Yes!
No, that's wrong. There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Yeah, I was lying.
Cruel and unusual death. This I
What?
gotta see.
Oh, no.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
Bro, you've literally witnessed, like, many cruel and unusual deaths in the span of, like, a couple weeks. I don't think you need to see another one.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
I mean... No.
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
If you compare it... Okay. I think it's Mukuro Ikusaba's profile.
I got it!
Yeah.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group
Did he say
Mukuro
corps?
Ikusaba belonged to.
I don't think he said mercenary corps. I think he said core. I don't know,
Okay,
maybe I...
So...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
Things that represents Fenrir is... Well... Glad I have to do a Hangman's Gambit to figure it out. A 4-letter word. And I'm glad it gave me a hint I didn't know before. It's okay, guys. I've read B-Stars.
Now I understand.
I know exactly what it is.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast.
Thanks for making me spell it out. This game takes "do I need to spell it out for you" to a whole different level.
He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
Heck yeah.
Wolf tattoo. Then
It only
that
took-
means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely absolutely right! Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place.
True. Oh, freaking crap. I did not mean to do that.
After all, looking at her profile,
I just
I
ripped
didn't
off
see
my
anything
freaking
that
thumbnail
would fit
on
such a
accident.
description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier.
Crap.
If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
True.
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Finally, ow!
Who was she?
Ow!
Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us, just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Rest in peace, my thumbnail. Not like video thumbnail, but my actual IRL thumbnail on my finger. I didn't mean to do that, and now it's just gone, and it hurts.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
Ow.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
True.
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there can only be two suspects. Toko and Genocide Jack.
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Oh, you don't know? I thought you were just infinitely smart.
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Dang it. I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
So the time it was discovered, 9 o'clock.
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m.
What the frick?
Since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Dang. What time is it? 9.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit. So I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
Murder happened. What the frick? Why is the audio cutting out? The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. And I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Okay, then it looks like the game has begun. I can't provide an alibi for the murder. Wait, what the frick? For that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during that time. I don't have an alibi.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night
Frick.
and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Kodo, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Alright, so I accidentally lost a little bit of footage.
We've established a time frame for the murder.
Alright, my footage just died, so... RIP.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Frick!
Shoot!
We've established a time.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock.
There we go.
No,
That's what I
it's
meant.
wrong!
So the sprinklers go off at 7:30. So like the body would have
Actually,
been wet.
the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go
frick.
off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
But what about before it exploded?
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
Got him.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such
Wow.
indecent words!
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Yeah?
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
All I have to do is hit Toko with evidence. That should do it. How many freaking times am I gonna have to do a bullet time battle against Toko?
I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I'm right about this. I admit nothing.
Oh, frick.
No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No! That's
Why am I even doing a bullet time battle against Toko?
Are you trying to blame me?
I don't
admit
even remember
nothing.
why. Oh yeah, the sprinklers.
How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
Body before the explosion! Body before the explosion! Body before the... No!
Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No!
What the frick?
That's enough!
Bro.
Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing.
Okay.
How can you say it
Explode body
wasn't the
analysis.
sprinkler?
This should prove it.
Eat that, Toko.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry.
No.
If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because... while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Hey, frick.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
My thumbnail hurts so bad.
So if the sprinklers
Just my
didn't get the
thumb.
body wet, then the murder must have taken place
Tomorrow.
sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
Who?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one? Which would mean that Mukuro's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone.
I'd just like
That's-
to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Yeah?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to blame me?
Yeah, true. We are...
Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Not really.